I've been asked many times why I sing, because it's the why that defines us. It's how we carry on. It's how we tell the world. Music paints life's pictures and is a window into the soul. It grows us. It's medicine to the wounded. It proclaims who we are and states who our God is. It can build us up and give us rest. A song is an overflow of the heart. It's showing you have thankfulness and wisdom of what Jesus has done for us. I'm Heather Smith, and this is Why I Sing.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of This Is Why I Sing. Today I thought I'd come out to another location on my ranch and tell you about a song that I wrote called I Give My Love and All My Praise. This is an album that, thanks to my producer Larry Mars, made it onto my new album, Sing All Believers. This was actually a song that I wrote about 3 years ago when I was writing some of my first songs, and I had just kind of chalked it up to, it's too childlike, it's too simple, it's not something that I really need to put out there, and I was probably not going to minister. But God had other plans for this song. So when we were producing the new album, I had kind of run out of songs that I had really wanted on there on my new album. And so Larry had said, well, why don't you come up with just anything, ideas that you had, just anything you've completed, and send it over to me and I'll look over it. Whenever I went back to this song, I still was like, I don't know if I should send it to Larry because it just seems so simple. And it was one of those moments where I was writing about what God meant to me and who he was to me. And just, there were no words to describe him. There were no words to tell people of what he's done for me and all the good things and who he is. And it was just, I was at one of those moments where I was just fighting to get, I just need to put some words down on the paper of what kind of God you are to me. I keep looking because this looks like snake territory right here. And I was at a loss of how do I describe you, God, but I'm going to give you all my love anyway. And whenever I looked at it a second time and thought, there's no, Larry's going to chalk it off anyway. But whenever I handed it to him, sent it over in an email, he was like, no, it's actually good. And I was like, are you sure? Because it seems really childlike. And he was like, said, come as little children. So I said, okay, well, if you think so. And then as we were playing through it, so very simple. When I send songs over to Larry to look at, they're just me on my guitar, simple chording, simple melody. And when I sent it over, we had gone through all the other tracks. This was one of the later songs in all the tracks. And he said, we've really gone a modern country feel to most of this album, but I know that you like classic country. And he said, I think we should give this, especially with the simple melody, the simple chords that you used on it. He said, I really think we should go more old style country. And as the musicians brought it out, as the players brought it to life, I began to realize that I could have missed something so big because over me thinking it's not good enough, or me thinking it's too childlike or too simple, or people, it's not going to minister. Nobody else is going to get it. But as I listened to the musicians bring this, from a little seed and growing it into a beautiful tree, I began to realize that who am I to doubt what God can do? God took what I view of him, even in a childlike sense, and used it to grow something bigger. And I could have missed it by just saying, oh no, that's not good enough. Oh, that's not big enough. It's too simple. It's too, the words are just too childlike. And I think that's what we do in our faith. And when we want to do something for God nowadays, we think it's too simple, it's too childlike, it'll never work, it won't minister, nobody else is going to understand it. But as I've been reading the Little House on the Prairie series to my children, I realized something, this same concept where I could have missed it with this song and blew it off another 3 years or longer, never even brought it to studio in front of our producer. I could have missed the most simple, basic communication. When I read the Little House on the Prairie series to my children, it's wrote, especially Little House in the Big Woods, the very first book. It is wrote so simply that anybody can understand it. Anybody can enjoy it. Anybody can put themselves into that position. We've all been children at one time. Nobody is born being an adult. So I missed that same thing with the song. It was almost like my little house in the big woods. It was a start, and I could have missed it by just chalking it up to it was something small. So I hope if you're planning or you have an idea in your head and you want to do something for God, and God has said, I want you to do this, rather than second guessing him and doubting him and saying it's too simple, it's too childlike, nobody will ever understand it, nobody will get it, take that risk and put it out there and watch what God is going to do with it. Because he can use anybody just by saying, here I am, Lord. The most simple words. Here I am. The biggest word is here, 4 letters. Simple words. And God can use the most simple thing and make the most marvelous tree and the best fruit out of it that you could ever imagine, just by being available and putting it out there. This is I Give My Love and All My Praise. When times are good, to you I'll sing. When times are hard, you're still my King. There are no words spoke upon this earth that can describe what you are worth. 'Cause only you walked a perfect life to be my sacrifice for sin and strife. So I will worship you for all my days. I give my love and all my praise. When all I want is to see your face, to feel your love and amazing grace, I can pray to you and read your holy word, and through your Son my prayers are heard. And only you walked a perfect life to be my sacrifice for sin and strife. So I will worship you for all my days. I give my love and all my praise. Only lived a perfect life to be my sacrifice for sin and strife. So I will worship you for all my days. I give my love and all my praise. Thank you, Jesus, for what you do for me and every other person out there. You are truly worthy to be given all praise and honor and glory. Thank you for what you do for us. Y'all have a blessed week, and I pray that you give Jesus your honor and glory and praise.
You're the Father, Savior, Redeemer. Oh, sing all believers. I worship you who has made this heart right. I praise you for winning sin's fight. Look what the light of the world has done